Hello, I'm Jim and welcome to my shop here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. The video that follows is just a little bit of spindle gouge practice. I like to, kind of between projects, before I start on something where the wood's pretty valuable, I like to do a little spindle gouge practice. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you see some pointers and maybe it'll help you along the way. I'll be using 3 spindle gouges. I'll be using a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, a 3/8 spindle gouge, and a 3/8 detail spindle gouge as I go through this, and just enjoy making some shavings. Remember, if you like the video, click like. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and you'll get updates when I put new videos up. And again, I want to thank those who have already subscribed and watched my videos. Thank you for your time, and I do appreciate it. Now just kind of enjoy a little spindle turning with some spindle gouges. Safe turning. Well, as you're watching this piece be turned a little bit, I'm using a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. Just a standard spindle gouge. I kind of put a little bit of a wing back on it and cut the bevels down to where the cutting bevel part of the spindle gouge is only about 1/8 of an inch. I didn't edit anything out of this video. I'm not a professional wood turner. I'm just an amateur, but I really enjoy it. And again, this is a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, just a piece of pine scrap that I'm using. I try to cut down and then I try to make the disc as thin as I can, and so you'll notice all of that as you watch it. Again, this is a 1/2 inch, just a regular spindle gouge, and the lay speed on here is about 2,000 RPM. So just enjoy it. You're going to notice that I really try to take my time when I initiate the cut. Try to do it in a neutral position and just get that initial cut started. Anchor it with my thumb, as you'll see, or my index finger, depending on whether it's left or right. And now I'm switching over to a 3/8 spindle gouge. I actually find a 1/2 inch spindle gouge a little easier to control, and that just may be me. Again, I try to take my time. Go in like you're scooping ice cream, letting the bevel go up the piece, as you'll notice, and actually the spindle gouge will actually come off the bevel and stop cutting. That's ideally what I find works best to get nice smooth results. So again, these are Doug Thompson tools, by the way, the 10Vs. Really enjoy Doug's tool steel. Really sharpens up nice. Again, this is about a 40-degree bevel on this and about a 40-degree wing bevel, and it's got a triple grind. I think maybe you'll be able to see that when I change over to a spindle gouge in a few minutes. I've now switched back to the half-inch spindle gouge. Had a little run back problem with that 3/8 as you notice. And one thing I have found out that is if you have a spindle gouge and it runs back on you, it's really hard to start it unless you kind of clean up where it ran back on you, because it'll want to go right back in that same place again. Run back happens when we lose bevel contact, so I need to practice, and that's what I'm trying to do. I would love it if you'd leave some comments, hints, tips, pointers, whatever you may feel you want to share. If you have other questions, please share those in the comments section in the bottom of the video. And now I'm switching over to the 3/8 detail spindle gouge. I find as I get out over the tool rest a good little bit and a little distance out to the work, that heavier cross section and shallower flute takes away a lot of vibration, makes it a really, really nice tool to work with, especially when you get extended out over that tool rest. It's also got a little bit more of a point to it, you'll notice that, versus the spindle gouges. Lets me get in there and do a little more detail work. If you're thinking about buying tools and you don't want to buy 2 or 3, I would probably just go with a detail spindle gouge. Just start out with it. I think I could do everything with the detail spindle gouge that I can do with just the regular spindle gouge. So we'll just work with this one for a few minutes. Again, moving in, bevel is pointed in the direction I want to go. Take my time on the start, roll it back, and let it come out of the cut right in the bottom of that cove. Just easing it down through, kind of rolling it as I go. Another thing I would encourage you to do is take your time when you turn it. Unless you're a production turner, and if you're a production turner, you can certainly give us some more hints on this. But if we're hobbyist turners or semi, and we just love and enjoy turning, why do we need to get in a hurry? Let's take our time, get relaxed, and loose at the lathe and enjoy it. Now you're about to see me get in a little bit of trouble here now. So if you'll watch, you'll see what not to do. You're going to see me actually get a catch right there with a spindle gouge. Well, you can rewind it and look and see what happened. But I'll bet you I came off the bevel. Kind of got me excited, so I went right back and had a run back right after that. So kind of got to get settled down. When we're working at the lathe, we do need to give it our undivided attention. I'm going to do a little bit of a, I guess a stepped cove here, something you might find on a lamp pedestal or maybe building up to the base of a finial of sorts. So I'm going to start out dishing this piece and establishing a shoulder. And then I'm going to roll that shoulder, and by the time I get done, and this is really, really good practice, it really looks nice. You can do some detail work on it, some chatter work, or some texturing and stuff like that. Really makes a nice look on a project, especially if you want to do a lamp or a lamp, the lamp stem or candlesticks, or what I like to use it on are the heavy, like the 3-inch candles, the scented candles. It makes a nice base for those. And you can set them, they come in the glass containers, or you can get them out of the glass containers. So now I'm going to clean out a little bit of room to work down in here. And so just hold on. I'm going to change it, and you'll see me start trying to get the nose out of the way here, rolling. And again, most of this cutting is side grain, and now, of course, when you're going down in those valleys, you're getting into the end grain. So now we'll start that transition. We'll get it to roll over, and you'll see that I try to get this where I can come from the top all the way to the tip in one motion, which leaves a nice surface. And to be honest with you, you could probably start out sanding this at 320, 220 at the very worst. So just kind of keep an eye on it. Here we go. Okay, we're about to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you picked up a few pointers. And remember, if you want to leave me some comments, I would love to hear from you. Any questions, or maybe you can see something I can do better. I am always willing to learn. So again, this is Jim in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Safe turning.